Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
All righty. Good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host as usual, Dr. Michael Lange of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins, here each and every Saturday morning live to answer any and all questions you may have regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic. And I should say it's good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, just depending on what part of the globe you're actually watching or listening to us, because we're live video streaming all over the world and we're coast to coast via the Ask the Doctor radio network. And I also should say it's Ask the Doctors because, of course, it's myself and it's Dr. Susan Summerton, who has been co-hosting this show with me for many moons now. And Dr. Susan Summerton is not only a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutritional specialist, she's also fellowship trained in numerous other areas of nutrition, and she hails from the Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. And I want to take this opportunity to wish everybody a very happy and healthy November. So it's early November 2024. And let's tell the good doctor good morning. Good morning, Dr. Summerton.
Good morning. Wishing everybody a nice, happy, healthy day here and looking forward to the callers and answering their questions about their nutrition and eye care needs. And we do really enjoy sharing this information with people, and we enjoy the questions that come in. And if we don't know the answers, we enjoy researching the answers for them. So we welcome any callers to call in and say what's on their mind today.
Yep. And the call-in number, I'm going to give it to you twice. Write this number down. Remember, it's a live call-in show. It's 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. We're broadcasting from Salem Media here in beautiful downtown Tampa Bay, Florida. And if you'd like to see Dr. Summerton or myself or Dr. Lori Caputi at a state-of-the-art eye care center, the Lange Eye Institute is in the Villages, Florida. We have people that come from all over the country to see us. So if you want to have eye care with a nutritional twist and the latest advancements in eye care, come to the Lange Eye Institute. You can learn more at either langeeyecare.com or drmichaellange.com. And of course, the Fortifeye website can link you up to our other sites as well. And if you want to learn about the latest in nutritional supplements that we've been developing for years and years now, whether it's an eye vitamin, a pre-workout supplement, a gut digestive supplement, a beauty supplement to minimize wrinkles and fine lines, you can go to fortifeye.com. So that's fortifeye.com, Fortifeye. Remember, we're eye doctors, so it's kind of a play on words. Fortifeye.com. One more time, Fortifeye. And I'm going to give you the Fortifeye phone number twice now, so get a pen and paper. I think Charlene is answering the phones this Saturday morning at Fortifeye Vitamins. And I will be at the Fortifeye Nutrition Center today in Clearwater from 1 to 3. So those of you that have been wanting to get out there, and I haven't been there in a while due to multiple hurricanes and other things, Fortifeye Nutrition Center right there on McMullen Booth Road in Clearwater, Florida. That's in the Bayside Bridge Plaza. I'll be there from 1 to 3 today, and this is early November. We might be running this as a tape because I'll be at a Tulane football game visiting my daughter at Tulane next week. And the following week, remember, November 16th is our fall festival at the Lange Eye Institute. We're going to talk about that more in a minute. Put that on your calendar. November 16th, fall festival from 11 to 3. It's going to be a lot of fun. But the phone number for Fortifeye Vitamins, once again, twice, here it comes, 866-503-9746. That's 503-9746. Also, a caller, a listener, let me know that it's a good idea to let you guys and gals know that if you're going to be giving Fortifeye supplements, the gift of health, this holiday season, to order early. And that's a good idea because, they can be backlogged in the mail room and the UPS room. And so order early at fortifeye.com. These supplements are always great gifts to your loved ones. And we're going to be doing gift certificates. They will be available at the Lange Institute in the Villages, Florida, for the Fortifeye vitamins. Now, Susan, we have a big fall festival every year at the Lange Eye Institute, although we haven't had one since the pandemic. But we're going to have a lot of fun, aren't we? We're going to have a lot of people out there, a lot of great food. We'll be there talking to patients. It should be a lot of fun, shouldn't it?
We are. I'm looking forward to a big community event, inviting those around us to come in, chat with us, see what amazing frame lines. I know there's even frame lines that I haven't seen that are coming in for it, and check out all the supplements, and we'll be there to answer any questions. And, even if you're not really local, I think I've heard the specials we're going to have are pretty amazing. So it might be worth quite a bit of a drive to come save some money in these times when, we're all watching our dollars as prices goes up. And it's a good time, even get some Christmas shopping in like you were talking about. I know supplements, and they're just such a great gift. You think of what you're going to buy people, and you don't want them to have something they're not going to use, but give them a gift of health, which our New Year's resolutions come right after that. It's a great time to give someone that little inspiration to get back on track or continue their health journey even better.
Right. And we are going to have a lot of vendors out there. They're going to set up tents in the parking lot. We're going to have a barbecue. We're going to be giving hamburgers and hot dogs and ribs. And we're going to have music and live radio remotes and huge discounts. I'm talking huge discounts on the Fortifeye vitamins and on frames and lenses. So if you've been wanting to get a, really exotic frame like a Cartier, a Gucci, a Fendi, a Christian Dior, Tom Ford, anything like that, a Mont Blanc, a Chloe, a Lafont, Oakley, any of those, we're going to have huge discounts. I'm talking it's going to be worth your drive from whatever you're coming. Miami, Mobile, Atlanta. I mean, we have people that come down and buy their annual supply of their vitamins because it's definitely going to be worth it. Trust me. And we're going to have some really interesting frame designers there. Here's an example, Lindbergh. Lindbergh has frames up to $90,000. Now, the typical person's not going to get that, but we had one of these shows a few years back, and we had some people pull up from Miami, and they bought some of these super exotic frames because they got this huge discount. Now, remember, these type of frames are not allowed to be discounted except at the Lange Fall Festival. So the Lindbergh frames range in price from $500, $30,000 to $90,000, believe it or not, on a frame. And certainly the Tom Ford, the Cartier. You can't discount Cartier frames, but we're going to have discounts on them at the Fall Festival. Lafont, Gucci, Mont Blanc, Chloe, and just tons of other frames. Also, remember the Fortifeye vitamins. We're going to have pallets of the Fortifeye vitamins there. So come on out, enjoy some free food, socializing with everybody. We usually have a big crowd. Come out early. 5,000-6,000 people usually show up. So it's a lot of fun. Remember, that is November 16th at the Lange Institute from 11 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. If we have to go later, we will. All right, phone lines are open. If you got a question, give us a call. Dr. Susan Summerton, myself, Dr. Michael Lange. Remember, any questions regarding your eye care, vision-related problems, or a nutritionally related question, give us a call at 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. Also, we got some amazing bundles. And remember, when you're shopping for these deals on Fortifeye for your loved ones, go to the bundle section. The bundle section has major discounts, and we bundled together nutrients that work synergistically together for your health and wellness. Our newest bundle is called the Holiday Wellness Bundle. All right. So ultimately, we say prioritize your wellness. The Holiday Wellness Bundle has your Next Gen Complete. That's your multivitamin, eye vitamin. It has Fortifeye Focus, those carotenoids that are great for your vision and focusing ability and mental capacity. Super Omega 3 Max, the most potent re-esterified triglyceride omega 3 on the market and the purest. And then our Rejuvenate. And now the Rejuvenate comes in a new size, a bigger bottle I'm holding up. So we're still going to sell through some of the smaller bottles, but especially the unflavored, it's the only size we have now is this little bit larger size. The same amount, it's just a bigger bottle, easier to get your hands in. So the Holiday Wellness Bundle is $129. It comes with Next Gen Complete, Focus, Super Omega Max, and Rejuvenate. It's the triple whammy of anti-aging plus Rejuvenate all together. And we're getting ready to take a call here in just a second, so stay tuned. I mean, bear with me. And then we have the Vegan Super Wellness Bundle. It's $99. So the Vegan Super Wellness Bundle comes with our awesome new Vegan Super Protein, which is delicious, 3 flavors. Remember, this vegan protein has a pdcass score of 1. It's made in North America, not China. It has an amino acid profile actually almost exactly like whey protein. So the branched chain amino acids and the essential amino acids are very high, and it's delicious. So the Vegan Super Wellness Bundle comes with a Vegan Super Protein, your choice of flavors, the Rejuvenate, your choice of flavors, and the Organic Blue-Green Superfood. Remember, this Vegan Super Protein has 21 grams of protein, only 3 carbs, and 120 calories. So if you're on the ketogenic diet, you can take this because it's only got 3 net carbs. All right. I do think we have some people on hold, but I can't tell who's first. Maybe I see now. Okay. I see somebody's on hold. We're going to take that call in 1 second. So remember, Holiday Wellness Bundle, check it out at fortifeye.com, and the Vegan Super Wellness Bundle. Both of those are on there. We're going to talk about the whey protein scarcity in just a minute. It's very hard to find whey protein, and we came out with the Vegan Super Protein just in time. All right, let's go to the first caller of the morning. Steve, good morning, and welcome to the program.
Good morning. As I do every year, and everybody's probably sick of hearing me do it every year, I'm going to remind people that this is the best time of year as we start to get cooler to go on your diet, because the calories can be burned up simply by staying cooler to maintain your body heat. So if you're trying to lose weight, as it gets cooler, it's not quite cooler yet, as we get later in November and December, wear as few clothes as possible, and just staying warm will help you lose weight. I have another thing that I wanted to talk to you about. You know how Elon Musk is now working with President Trump on and he's gotten a close relationship to him?
Right.
This is related to a scientific matter, which your program is. He is there not just to reduce costs, but there are a lot of technologies which have been suppressed because the people currently in power in different companies, like the oil companies, they don't want free energy. They don't want things. They want to maintain their income stream. So an advancement is not easy to get. So as soon as you get an advancement in medicine or anything else, these other companies buy it up so it can't be developed. Well, he's going to make sure that these things are developed. And
Amen.
And there are a lot. Let me give you an example. And I'm probably not supposed to say this. I'm going to say it anyway. What if you had a voice print that you could go in and voice print, and that voice print would tell you your biochemistry, what diseases you have, what medicines you need by a voice print?
Huh. Interesting.
That's what's coming. And there was an experiment, and another thing that's coming is there was an experiment on a satellite a few months ago called the Very One, and they were able to boost the orbit 60 miles without using any fuel. That goes against every physical law we know. They were able to tap energy from another dimension. And if we can do this, you could literally have a box in your home that could supply you with electric power indefinitely. This is what's coming. And in your field, the reason I'm calling on people are going to say, what's that have to do with optometry and ophthalmology? It has a lot to do with it, because AI and these things are coming out, and you're going to see advancements that you have never, ever seen before.
Oh, I agree. I agree, Steve. We're going 50 years into the future every year with this AI technology, and we're already seeing it in the eye care industry with this new Velita light therapy, which is pretty exciting. Velita light therapy will be one of the first in the country to be utilizing this technology for dry macular degeneration, where they're using a series of 3 different frequencies of light to actually treat the dry form of macular degeneration. And then in the future, it may be beneficial for other aspects of eye care. This is something that, we couldn't have done a few years back. So yes, we are going, that snowball is rotating 50 years into the future every year now. And so we're going to have some amazing breakthroughs for people that are vision impaired, people that are in the dark. We will be taking them out of the dark in the not so distant future. Now, if you're 99 and a half, you might have to wait till you go through the pearly gates. But if you're only 80, we're probably going to have some amazing technology for each and everybody out there.
Oh, we are, and it's just absolutely incredible. And I think, have you noticed that so many things are converging together at the same time? The Pentagon has admitted UFOs are real. We're admitting them. By the way, the people who run it are not aliens. They're our cousins. It's a branch of humanity that got separated thousands of years ago. And no, they are our cousins. The Vatican knows it. A lot of governments know it. They are our cousins. They're not. They're our cousins.
Steve, I thought something was wrong with my cousins over in Houston, Texas, Frank and Stephen McFadden. Yeah, I always thought they had some alien background.
Well, that's true. But I'm sorry to take up your time on something that's not related to the subject at hand in your show. But I think that there's so many wonderful things, and I could talk to you forever on this. But I'm so optimistic that people who no longer had hope before are going to be able to have hope now. And I know how painful it probably is when you see someone go blind and you're helpless to stop it.
Right.
And this will relieve that. And let's just pray that I hate to be political, but if Musk gets in, he's going to break through all these barriers, because the status quo just like Big Pharma doesn't like nutrition.
Right.
A big business does not want these advances because it will take over their current companies.
Awesome,
so,
Steve.
Anyway, I'll let you go.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve, I did want to mention, you talked about the voice analysis, and there is actually, I remember going to a course probably 10 years ago, maybe. It's the eVox system. And we know intuitively when you hear a person's voice, you can tell something's wrong in the way they talk. But this eVox has been out for a while, and they are able to, like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, cardiovascular disease, by measuring just changes in their voice. It's pretty amazing.
Right. It's a good example of that. You remember Rush Limbaugh, the radio talk host? Okay, he got lung cancer. Do you know who discovered it? The listeners on the phone. They said there's something wrong with Rush. We can hear something's wrong. And the reason they could hear it is because the slight imperfections in his breathing could be more sensitively be picked up by the phone, by the electronics of the phone, and it was multiplied than it was if you heard him in person. And people were calling and saying, what's wrong with Rush? And the doctors couldn't find anything wrong, but the listeners could tell something was wrong. That's what we're talking about here. And like I say, I'm rambling here, but think about, this is going to be the most exciting next 4 years, if it goes right, that we've ever seen in science. It's going to be fantastic.
I agree, Steve. And thanks for that call. I appreciate it, my friend.
Okay. God bless you and have a great day. And let's let somebody else talk.
All right, take care. Okay. Bye-bye. All right. You're listening to Ask the Doctor. Steve always has some interesting, very interesting things to say. Anyway, phone lines are open. 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. And we have somebody that didn't want to be heard on the phone. And basically, our name was Angela, said that Let me see if I can read what she said here in that message. My primary care physician stated that my acid reflux and GERD is related to poor bacteria in my gut, and he recommended probiotics. Doctors, what do you think about this? So, Susan, I'm going to let you chime in a little bit about probiotics, because I know this is kind of an area of expertise. I think probiotics are very important. Our gut health is super important, isn't it?
It is, and it really, everything's sort of based in the gut. And there is so much information we know, but I do want to preface it. There's so much we don't know yet. And it's, again, another upcoming subject that we just keep getting better and better at understanding. But even for us, the basics of our nutrition, you've got to have good gut health to even absorb these vitamins that you're taking. And part of it is if you're not absorbing it, it's just going to go right through. You're not going to get the benefit. So we want to fix the gut, and probiotics are a definite, just simple way to get it started in the right way, because our gut is full of what we call all these microbiome, all these bacteria, and there's good bacteria and there's bad bacteria. And so we obviously know we want to promote the good, and it's finding out which is the good. But I know we have the probiotic, and it's the more strains that's in there. We want diversity of it. So meaning different kinds of strains of bacteria, not just load up on one kind. When you don't do specific testing, it is kind of hard to figure out which you need. So basically we recommend variety of strains, like the one that we have is 15 different ones. And so getting that gut to good health, I was just reading just this little article on like probiotics and what it's good for. And it's amazing, just things like your overall happiness, preventing depression, your immune system. We know from your immune system, we do prescribe antibiotics. So unfortunately, anti does mean it kills not only the bad bacteria that we're targeting, but it also kills the good bacteria. And so we have to keep in mind when we're prescribing antibiotics that, yes, we're killing the bad stuff, but we're also killing the good stuff that can affect your immune system long term. So both of us, when we're prescribing these antibiotics, we want to make sure the patient, after they're done, starts taking a probiotic if they're not on already.
Yep.
There's so much we can go on about it, but I'll let you continue.
Yeah, so probiotics, to that caller, are really crucial. And you can get probiotics through your diet, eating fermented foods. And a lot of people that are on the carnivore diet and the ketogenic diet, I recommend them adding some probiotics if they're not going to eat the food. But if you're on a carnivore diet, you can have kefir, milk-based kefir, and some yogurts without the fruit, and those have probiotics in them. But there's nothing wrong with adding some sauerkraut and kimchi. That's a modified form of the carnivore diet. Carnivore diet, for those of you listening, is only eating meats, proteins. But I like to add some things to it, because remember, you can be deficient in certain vitamins and minerals and fiber on that. But if you're going to want to lose weight, it's one of the fastest ways to lose weight. Just eat meat and no vegetables, no fruit, no pasta, just meat and water. You will lose weight pretty quickly. But I think a modified form of the carnivore diet, where we add a few greens, some fermented foods, is probably pretty important. And maybe some blueberries, to get some of the vitamins and antioxidants that you're not getting in the meat. So you can get Fortifeye probiotic bacteria at fortifeye.com. And depending on your weight, I weigh about 200 pounds. I take 3 a day at bedtime. If you're very light, maybe take 1 a day. So there's 90 pills in here. It's called Fortifeye Bacteria. But also you can get our digestive bundle. It comes with digestive enzymes and the Fortifeye vitamins as well. Or like I said, you eat fermented foods. If you're going to eat bread, I don't love you eating bread, because a lot of the gluten and a lot of the the genetically modified organisms that are in it. But if you do, fermented food is sourdough bread. So if you're eating bread, make sure you eat sourdough bread. Every time you go out to a restaurant, get the sourdough bread, and you'll be better off for it. So fermented foods, and take some probiotics, and your gut will thank you. The microbiome in your gut will thank you. You will be healthier. All right, we're going to the phones. Let's see. Charles has been waiting patiently. Charles in Clearwater, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for your information, and thank you for allowing me to talk on your radio program.
My pleasure.
Indeed, sir. I am a blind individual. I have been blind now for about 16 years. I got hit in the back of the head, and the individual detached both retinas at the same time. I became blind overnight, and I'm told that acupuncture may indeed help me with stimulating the nerve endings, and possibly at one point in time, they may be able to relocate the nerve endings to the retina.
All right. So now, is your blindness cortical blindness? I mean, from the brain injury to the visual cortex, or is it from bilateral retinal detachments?
Bilateral retinal attachments.
Okay. So they actually have some studies right now where they're taking basically glasses that have a camera, a small micro camera mounted on the glasses that connects to your visual cortex. And these people are getting some vision. Now, they're not able to have 20/20 vision, but one study showed they're able to get in a car and drive through a maze without hitting the sides of the maze. So remember,
Wow.
with this AI technology, we're going to go leaps and bounds into the future. And ultimately, they'll probably have it where that camera is inside your eye, basically, in the pupil, transmitting the light. Or they'll have a retinal transplant of some sort, or stem cells growing new retinas. So, like Steve had mentioned earlier in the call, we're in some exciting times. And with AI technology, that's probably a hint. Everybody should be buying NVIDIA stock right now. They're the leaders in this AI revolution. We're going to see some crazy things come about. How old are you?
I'll be 70 next year.
Yeah, so you want to stay healthy as you can. Obviously, exercise is important. Even if you're blind, you can exercise, as you know. You can do cardiovascular exercise. You're not going to be running an Ironman event, but you can be on a treadmill or elliptical trainer or a stationary bicycle or something indoors. And you need to stay in good shape and really try to get in the best shape of your life through proper diet, exercise, proper supplementation, because we want to keep your overall body healthy, especially your brain. We want your brain to be healthy because remember, you see with your brain. The eyes are just the organ that transmit the image to the brain. So as long as your brain stays healthy, I think in your lifetime, I would venture to say that we're going to be taking you out of the darkness.
Well, I certainly hope so, because truly it's been a challenge over the 16 years. And, they want to give me a seeing eye dog, but truly it's hard to put a harness on a Chihuahua.
Now,
you pick him up as he go 90 miles a minute, you rub his chest, he says Taco Bell.
Are you using some of the talking programs and some of the low vision technology that's available for you?
Yes, I am.
Good, because there is a lot of technology for blind people that a lot of blind people, quite frankly, don't know about. So at least you can take advantage of that to help improve your quality of life until we have something. And keep listening to the show, because Dr. Summerton and I will be telling you when the instant there's something out there that we think is beneficial, that's going to help vision impaired and blind people, because we have a lot of people that are blind that listen to this show. We're going to be announcing it.
All right. Well, sir, thank you again. God bless you. And I really hope that your show lasts for another decade or two.
Well, as long as I don't die and Susan's still around. We've been doing 31 years so far, and I plan on doing another 30 more.
Well, I talked to a lady that was 97 years old, and I said, "What's your prognosis, or what is you can give me to give me a happy, healthy life?" And she looked at me squarely in the eye and gave me the most profound statement she ever said. She said, "Don't die."
Yeah, this is so true. My mom's 97, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, how wonderful. That's cool. But God bless her.
I had breakfast
anyway,
with her.
Sir,
I had breakfast with her this morning at about 6:30.
Oh, that's wonderful. God bless you guys. Have a great and glorious day.
All right, Charles. So, Susan, we are in some exciting times. I mean, Steve really brought that up, and certainly Elon Musk is a genius, and maybe there's some validity to what he says, but we're in some exciting times, and we're noticing that already at the Lange Eye Institute, aren't we?
We are, and that's what we're always looking into, is the latest technology on how we can help people and how we can help diagnose, how we can help monitor, how we can help treat. And the less invasive it is, the better off it is. And we're pretty blessed right now to have that Optos camera. That's the latest retina camera, where it's just simply shining a light in the eye, and we can get this whole perspective of their whole eye health in one scan and see their blood vessels that are coming from the brain. We can see the nerve that attaches to the brain. And we have such a glimpse that we're taking pictures of, which is excellent now. And these studies are showing in the future, that's kind of like the fingerprint of you. So it shouldn't change. So if we detect changes over time, these vessels, they can show us cardiovascular disease, they can show us Alzheimer's disease. And it's just by that simple technology of a quick flash in your eye that we'll be able to determine long-term information on people's health. It's pretty amazing.
It sure is. It's definitely some exciting times. And for that, we are expanding the Lange Eye Institute. We mentioned this last week. We're adding on 6,000 square feet more to the Lange Eye Institute with 12 examination rooms and treatment rooms. And we're gearing up for this AI revolution. And when you come into the Lange Eye Institute, you'll be able to turn to the right now. And that whole section will be Lange Eye Institute. And I'll probably be hailing from there in January 1st. And we're actually building out some treatment rooms for this new photobiomodulation therapy for macular degeneration. So it's supposed to be FDA approved this month, which is November, and we're hoping for that. So that's going to be one of the biggest things to hit the eye care industry is, a series of lights that are non-invasive to actually help treat early and dry macular degeneration, maybe decreasing the chance of it turning into the wet macular degeneration. And for those of you that do have macular degeneration, if you come to the Lange Eye Institute, of course, we're going over the latest in nutritional protocol and the latest technology to diagnose and follow and monitor your macular degeneration. But we're one of a select group of doctors in the area or in Florida that are actually recommending the 4C at-home monitoring system. And this is a system that's usually covered by your insurance, and they send it to you, you plug it in, and you look into this system, and there's some subjective data. You push a button when you see a little crooked line, and it's a very sophisticated way using AI technology to detect if there's any changes in the tiniest, earliest change in macular degeneration. Because let's face it, our macular degeneration patients, some of them we see, every 6 months, some we see every 3-4 months, and some retina specialists see them every 4 or 5 weeks. So this technology would allow patients to go longer between visits, but most importantly, it will detect negative changes before you have problems. And the key is early detection. And then ultimately we can get you in for hopefully this FDA approval of the Valida light therapy. So once again, some exciting times. Lange Eye Institute, we are expanding. Also for that caller, I think it was Charles, remember, keep your brain healthy. Eat brain food, exercise. We now have our Fortifeye Focus and Brain in a 90 count. So the Focus and Brain gives you the nutrients for retinal health, but also for brain health. Lutein, zeaxanthin, mesozeaxanthin, astaxanthin, and cognizine. All of those are beneficial for the brain. So might not be a bad idea for you, Charles, to take something similar to that. If not, the Fortifeye Focus and Brain. It's not going to return your vision, but it could give you the nutrients necessary to maintain, a healthy brain until we have something that's going to be beneficial. So Focus and Brain is a 90 count now, and it's still in the 30 count. All right, we're still going to talk about whey protein and the scarcity of it and how the price is going way up in just a minute. But let's go to the next caller. I think it's Daniel in Kenneth City. Daniel, thanks for holding. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Lange. Hey, I'm a professional pilot, and I got a question about those NAL lenses that you talked about a couple of weeks ago or a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering whether or not those are FAA approved.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not. I'd have to ask, and the owner of the company, the inventor, is probably listening to the show. So if he is listening, I'd like for him to call in and let us know. I don't see why they wouldn't be. Because progressive lenses can be worn by pilots, all right? And this is a new generation form of a multifocal that has significantly wider peripheral vision. Okay. Um, I've got patients that cannot play golf or do sports or mountain bike in their progressive lenses, but they have this new NAL lens, the Now lens, and they're doing quite well. So that's a really good question. And I will actually call him if he doesn't chime in on this show and find out. And the next show, we will definitely address that. But everybody that's purchased that lens is extremely happy, especially if they're fairly athletic.
Yeah, I know that doc that owns that lab there that makes them lenses. He also does one for Pilot Dave lenses, and they're a little bit different. They wouldn't fit my situation. So, I'm hoping that the FAA will sign off on it, although they are kind of old school on signing off on things.
Right. Now, do you have an instrument cluster above you, so you have to have the bifocal at the top part of your lens, or is all yours more in front?
No, all my stuff's in front. There's only one panel up on the overhead, and there's only like 3 or 4 switches on that.
Right. Yeah, that's a great question, and I'll find out, Daniel, for sure on that. And you could actually email me. I'm going to just give you my personal email, and I can link you up with all the information from him too. It's idude92 at icloud.com. I'll spell it. So it's EYE, because I'm an eye doctor, and then dude, like, hey, dude. So idude, DUDE 92 at icloud.com. And iCloud's the letter I, icloud.com.
I got that. And one other question, since I'm over here in Kansas City, I'm going to have to take a full day off to come over to your villages thing and get my eyes examined, and I'll probably need a new prescription. Can we get all that stuff done in like one day?
Oh, we can, depending, if you're going to be in a progressive lens or the Now lens or a bifocal lens, we wouldn't be able to get the glasses on the same day. But we can take the measurements and we could actually mail them to, if we adjust the frame on you. And then when the lenses come in, we'll put them in and then we'll send them off to you. If it's single vision, then oftentimes we can make them while you wait.
No, it'd be a progressive. I realize that. But the other thing is, I got an FAA form. It's an 8500.7 that I'll bring over so that it says that my eyes are corrected to the FAA standards, and it's signed off by a professional like yourself that I can take to the flight surgeon. And, I don't have to get my flight physical held up on that, because they only hold it up for 10 days and then you got to start everything all over.
Right. No, we can take care of that while you're here. Absolutely. You don't have to bring that, and you don't have to wait. We'll fill it out right then and there.
Oh, fantastic. And the last question is, about how far out are you booked for somebody coming in there as a new patient to,
I'm booked out a little further than Dr. Summerton and Dr. Caputi, but one of us should be able to get you in. Really, I mean, we work everybody in. Let's put it that way. And so we'll work you in on the day that you want to come in. Usually you can say you heard Dr. Lange on the radio and he said he would work you in. Just tell him that. And so if it's not me, it'd be Dr. Summerton, but one of us will get you in on the day that you want to come in. I mean, we're pretty slammed, but I always want, if I have to stay late, come in early, work through lunch, whatever is necessary to get the job done.
Oh, I sure do appreciate it. As long as I get it done before the end of the month, I think I'll be okay with the flight physical and all that stuff.
We will definitely get it done before the end of the month.
All right, I'll make room for somebody else. Thank you very much. And I've met you at the nutrition center a couple of times. I look like a homeless rock drummer, so that's how you'll remember me.
I think I know exactly who you are. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Dr. Lange and Dr. Summerton. Have a great weekend.
Take care. Bye-bye. Dr. Summerton, we got a lot of great patients, don't we? A lot of great callers.
We do. And just to remind people, he's saying now, some people might not remember what that is. That's the natural accommodation lens as a different option to what people hear of progressives. Progressive lenses are the ones that they don't have a line bifocal. You can see distance in the top, intermediate in the middle, and reading in the bottom. And that's in an hourglass form. The natural accommodation lens is a little different. It's more like a funnel form to give kind of a seamless transition there. And it's especially those people that kind of want that little wider intermediate, like he is talking about for his pilot. So all his devices are more of what we call your intermediate lens. It gives a little bit wider range for that. So it's we always try to match the patient with the right lens for them. You might have a neighbor or a spouse that wears one lens, and you have different needs and different vision requirements, so you might need another lens. And that's partly the fun part of our job, is figuring out which lens is going to work best for which person.
Yep, it sure is. So this definitely has a need, and it fills a need, the Now lens, and we have exclusivity on that at the Lange Eye Institute right now. And you have to ask for it, otherwise our staff wouldn't put you in it. All right, phone lines are open. If you got a question, give Dr. Summerton or myself, Dr. Lange, a call at 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. Remember, today I will be at the Fortifeye Nutrition Center in Clearwater, and this is early November. Now, if you're listening, if this is a tape, remember November 16th is a few Saturdays from now. We will be at the Lange Eye Institute for the Fall Festival. So come on out, November 16th from 11 till 3. We'll do a live remote in the beginning of the show from the festival. Remember, next week, we're going to have to run a tape because I'll be at the Tulane football game in New Orleans visiting with my daughter, and I'm taking my 97-year-old mom. Go Green Wave. So she's pretty excited. All right, let's talk a little bit about whey protein before we get any other callers here. So whey protein, as most people know, is one of the most bioavailable proteins out there. And we have a grass-fed whey protein isolate I'm holding up, 60 servings for $63. This is non-denatured, grass-fed from UK cows. And then we have the super protein, which is from New Zealand grass-fed cows, and it comes in a container, and it comes chocolate and vanilla. So the unflavored is the grass-fed in the bag, 60 servings, and the chocolate and the vanilla is New Zealand grass-fed in containers. Well, let me tell you, whey protein right now has more than doubled. It's probably tripled in price. So my cost is more than the retail cost on this bag, which is like $63. So if I was going to come out with that, I'd have to sell it for over $100 a bag. And we're just not going to do that. So luckily, we have enough inventory of the vanilla super protein. Now, we still have the whey protein isolate in the bag, but we're running low. And we still have the chocolate super protein, but we have plenty of the vanilla protein. I mean, I got so much of it purposely because that's the biggest flavor. It's the best seller. So we've got pallets of that. So you don't have to freak out. You're not going to run out of whey. You just might have to acquire the taste for vanilla, New Zealand grass-fed whey protein. But remember, the vegan super protein we have available now, and I created that, and we've got lots of pallets of this. Folks, this is delicious. It's actually, I think, tastes better than the whey protein, but that's my personal opinion. So the vegan super protein is a complete protein. If you look at the essential amino acids and the branch chain amino acids, some of them are higher than whey protein, but almost exactly the same for the branch chain amino acids. That's the muscle building amino acids. So here's an example. The chocolate vegan super protein has only 3 carbs, 3 net carbs, has 21 grams of protein, 1 gram more than the whey protein, only 120 calories, 20 amino acids, 0 sugar, and a pdcass score of 1, just like whey. So our whey isolate obviously has also 0 sugar, 0 fiber. The vegan protein actually has 2 grams of fiber. And the whey isolate has 0 carbs, where we got 3 carbs on the vegan protein. And the whey isolate has 90 calories versus the 120 calories on the chocolate vegan. So basically, our vegan protein is taken off because people do not want to pay these astronomical prices for the whey protein, and it's going to go up, folks. It's going to go up even higher. So you may want to consider either switching to our vanilla super protein by Fortifeye or the vanilla chocolate or salted caramel mocha on the vegan super protein. And so Dr. Summerton worked with us on developing this vegan protein. And the whole idea behind this, most vegan proteins, and not to knock China, but most vegan proteins that you purchase, if you look at the country of origin, we bought 52 of them from Whole Foods and Amazon. Country of origin was China. And so ours is all developed from North American areas, not from China. And we put the barley and the pea protein and we added velocitol to it to double the amino acid score. So now vegans have a protein option that's as good as whey protein. And we worked on this for a long time, didn't we, Dr. Summerton?
We did, because we know nutrition is the most important thing, but to get our patients to be able to take that nutrition, it also has to taste good. And that was kind of, we figured out the amino acid profile, which ones were good. So we knew what to use, but then we had to make sure the flavor was right. And that was kind of the fun part, is tasting all the different flavors. We want to make sure it's not contaminated. The soils that everything is grown in, that matters. And then the quality of ingredient for the absorption matters. But making sure it's nice to the palate also matters, because if you don't like the taste, probably you're not going to take it. And we were able to finally discover something that didn't have that typical kind of chalky aftertaste that a lot of the vegan proteins do. And so it's been really fun. I think we've really come out with some great flavors that people certainly can enjoy.
And we're trying to help everybody out. Instead of being raped over whey protein right now at most companies, you're getting 30% off on the vegan super protein at fortifeye.com. It's automatically already priced in there, 30% off. There's no limit what you can buy. And if you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. It's as simple as that. My mom now has the vegan super protein, the salted caramel mocha in the morning. And a lot of times I use hot water in it, and it's almost like a coffee for her, because it does have a little caffeine, half a cup of coffee of caffeine. So check it out, Fortifeye Vegan Super Protein, and it's 30% off right now at fortifeye.com. So that's FORTIFEYE, fortifeye.com. And for those of you that just got to have the whey protein, remember, we still have the whey isolate in stock, and we still have the chocolate in stock. And we have plenty of the vanilla to tide us over until this scarcity of whey protein goes away. And we're thinking in January or February of 2025, it will be gone. And remember, I will be there today at the Fortified Nutrition Center from 1 to 3, and Tammy will be there manning the fort. And also Charlene is answering the phones right now. And the phone number for Fortifeye Vitamins is 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. Remember, the new Fortifeye Rejuvenates in a bigger bottle now. We've got Focus and Brain in a 90 count now. We have a new time release vitamin C that's coming out. Perfect timing for the flu season. It's going to be out very soon. A Fortified time release vitamin C. Our superfood we've redeveloped. In another month or two, the new superfood will be out, where we're adding beta glucans and we're adding peak O2 to just help with anti-aging, and we're not bumping up the price at all. Lastly, remember, Holiday Wellness Bundle is available. It's $129. That's combining our Fortifeye Complete, our Fortifeye Focus, our Super Omega Max, and our Rejuvenate. It's called the Holiday Wellness Bundle, $129. Don't forget to look at the Vegan Super Wellness Bundle for $99, all at fortifeye.com. And Dr. Summerton, we only got a minute left, but people really need to start their New Year's resolutions a little early, don't they?
They do. They want to focus on health. And I want to leave people just a little tip of a little snack. Everyone likes a little snack during the day. I just read a study about pistachios, and eating 2 ounces of pistachios daily for 12 weeks increased their macular pigment optical density, which basically means the more pigment you have in your macula, the less chance of degenerating. And that's just simply adding just 2 ounces, not very much, pistachios daily, and you get just these great benefits. And I know we all like a little snack every once in a while, so that's now a new, nice, healthy go-to snack you can enjoy.
Awesome. Substitute pistachios for almonds, because remember, almonds are very high in oxalates, and pistachios may actually help your retina. So not only dark green leafy vegetables, now pistachios can help with the retina as well. Dr. Summerton, you better let everybody know it's time to go bye-bye.
Wishing everybody a happy, healthy day. Go outside, do a little walk or some kind of exercise you enjoy. Make it a great one.
Right. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to Ask the Doctor. And Dr. Summerton and I are wishing everybody a happy holiday season. With that, I'm out of here. God bless you and God bless America.